Alright, guys. Today I want to talk a little bit about the Colbert. I've had this ship for a while, and I play it off and on, and I feel like I've kind of got the hang of how to play it now. This match was really rough at the start. As you can see, the map is not good for a Colbert. It's essentially just open water down here in the south. That's where I spawned. So, in order to play this ship in the open water, you need to make sure you're angled to everyone. So, you see how the only ships that could possibly have my broadside are just the ones that are north of sea. And I have clear view of them all, so it's not a problem for me to dodge them at all. So that's kind of how you have to play some of these light cruisers in open water situations. You can't go to the middle of the map. You'll just die, because if you have to turn out, or even if you slow down to dodge someone else will have your broadside and shoot that. So this ship can do okay in open water. It's really hard to play like that, but it can do all right. As you can see, there comes the Ohio shots, and I pop my speed boost, and I do a full turn so that hopefully he's not going to hit me terribly hard, and you see he gets an overpin. That's it. So this ship, you just kind of constantly have to be aware of what's going on, at least when it comes to enemy battleships. You're pretty hard to hit for cruisers since you're fairly maneuverable, especially with speed boost on, but this ship, it needs to stay mobile and stay angled. You need to know exactly where the battleships are. I got really fortunate here. There's only one Ohio on this flank, so I really only have one ship to worry about now that the Des Moines is dead. So I'm in pretty clear waters here now. I got pretty lucky that I can just kind of charge and get this Ohio in range and start farming him down. It's pretty crazy how quickly this ship can melt people. Like, destroyers really take a ton of damage from this ship. It's kind of crazy. And since I know there's only the Ohio here, I'm okay with actually charging in, despite charging closer and closer and closer to this Ohio, because I know I have to dodge his shells once every 27 seconds or so, which is not hard to do. Dodging one battleship salvo is not that difficult. You see I'm using free look, using right click to look around at my surroundings and make sure there's no other battleship or big shots coming in. And now we're actually in secondary range of the Ohio, so we don't really want to be there since his secondary is just full pen us and can kill us pretty quickly. But I just want to show this game to just show you how ridiculous this ship is. And this is the easiest to punish, hardest to play version of the light cruiser HE spammer. Smolensk is way, way, way easier to play than this. It's got better shell arcs. It's got way better armor, because it's essentially impossible to citadel it when it's broadside. And it actually gets a smoke. This ship doesn't have a smoke. All you get is a speed boost, and your citadel is huge on this ship in comparison to Smolensk, and it very rarely overpins. So this is kind of how you got to play this ship in open water. You want to isolate targets, and if you can't isolate targets, you got to stay far back and go get spotted by shooting a little bit, and then you go dark once everybody tries to shoot you and dodge, and then you reposition, and then you pop up again and shoot a little bit. As you can see, the fire chance is just disgusting, and anytime we get shell hits, they actually do a ton of damage. So there you go, triple fire, and he's dead. So in that short amount of time, we got 60,000 damage on that Ohio. Pretty nuts, I think. I think this ship and Smolensk just shouldn't be in the game. I think they're really, really bad for the game. And well, now you get to see when this ship is really strong. This is obviously one of the strongest ways to play this ship, is be in a position close to where the enemy team has to push in and find an island you can just spam over. So we're gonna spend a lot of time here. And yeah, the arcs are hard to learn the lead for, you know. We got like a 12-second travel time or so. But you can see it's actually not hard to land these shells on battleships, especially when they're forced to be bow into your team, and you can just spam over islands. I don't like this. I don't particularly enjoy this playstyle, but I had to do this to get my container in this ship, so my free super container. So it's disgusting what this ship is able to do as far as damage. Sure, you don't pen 32 millimeters, but with your fire chance on against some of these ships, it's just insane. Like this John Bart just prepared a couple fires that I lit on him, and if I get another fire here before he goes out of my range, I kill him. And there it is. There's the fire. Here's a Stalingrad, something that you really don't want to fight in open water, but since we're behind an island and we have spotting, he's just gonna melt. I could be using AP here. The AP is actually really good, but I figure I'll light some fires since he's got so much health. As you can see, double fire already. We're up to 15 fires. It's insane. I find this ship at Smolensk just insane what they're able to pump out. As far as DPM is concerned, it's pretty much just a constant stream of high explosive shells. Oh, another fire. It's pretty funny in the moment when you're playing the ship, but it's not good for the game to have this to push into, because you see, it's just impossible to deal with this if it has spotting and it's behind an island. I don't think it's particularly good for the game. At least this one takes some skill to aim compared to Smolensk, and at least it doesn't get a smoke to just get cover whenever it needs to. So this game is actually pretty close for my team. We're kind of down on HP, but since we're forcing them to push into us at the moment, we can kind of deal some pretty good damage and catch back up a little bit. You can see they flipped B here right next to me on the other side of the island, so I'm thinking about pushing, but we really just need to kill this curve first. So we can actually almost arc over this at like 10 kilometers, which is kind of crazy. But you see, I'm just using the islands, and as much as I possibly can. And if I can't, then I'm just making sure I stay angled and I'm maneuvering, because it's really hard to hit a ship that's maneuvering that's this small. But yeah, this is a really good ship. I don't think you should get it over, say, an Ohio. I think Ohio is just better than this ship as far as Research Bureau goes. But if you enjoy kind of a riskier playstyle, if you find the Smolensk just too boring because it's just there's just no risk involved in the Smolensk, this is a decent pickup, I think. It can be fun, especially when you're in those open water scenarios where people are shooting at you and you have to use your skill to dodge and all that stuff. That can be fun. It feels kind of terrifying sometimes, and that's nice. So I don't know if I would recommend this be the first Research Bureau ship you get, but it's not a bad one to pick up. Here I notice that I'm hydroed because of the Friesland, so I know he's within 5 kilometers of me. So with my Yugamo pushing in the way that he is, I'm thinking, okay, well, he's going to get spotted and I need to go help with that fight, because the Friesland obviously just straight up kills our Yugamo in a 1v1. So there he pops up, and I need to get around this island to help deal with him. The nice thing is both their battleships are in the north, so I can push up without really fearing getting blapped by a battleship here. I can basically just push out here, and if I turn left, and I'll be angled to the Bismarck once I'm not turned out left, it'll be all right. It's still a little sketchy popping out like this sometimes, but because of your excellent concealment, as you can see, we have like under 10 kilometer concealment, so we can kind of run around like this and not get spotted. It's pretty good. And well, we do quite a lot of damage to destroyers with this HE. So 2 salvos and he's gone. And now that we're spotted, we're turning. As you can see, I do like to just put my aim where I think they're going to be. And then I use right click to zoom out. So my aim will stay on that point where I was aiming, but I can at least see a wider angle of everything around me. And there's actually our Kraken. So we've had a pretty good game so far. 130k in an open, not 100%, but quite open water scenario. I think that's pretty solid. Trying to get a bit of chip damage into the Bismarck, but we have to kill this Kerr first now. Again, we're under 10 kilometers away from a tier 10 battleship. And while it is a Kerr first, he still struggles to deal damage to us, because look at how small this ship is. It's tiny. And if you don't give broadside, yeah, it's really hard to hit. It's kind of annoying in that way, and you're gonna see just how much damage we pump into this guy in a very short amount of time. Each HE shell that's hitting is doing 1,000 damage-ish, or maybe 500, but you get a lot of damage, and of course fires. There's our Witherer. So in 165,000 damage, we've only done 60k in fire damage. We have 22 fires, so it's possible we got a bit unlucky with our fires that RNG, or not fire RNG, the targets that we got fires on. They might have damage controlled them. But as you can see, if you do get hit in the Citadel, it does hurt. But because it has a cruiser Citadel, or a cruiser heal, you can actually heal up a lot of that Citadel damage. So you just have to be a little careful of that. You just want to make sure you don't need multiple Citadels. So here we're in the last kill. We've won this game at this point. Even if I die, the Yugumo can just live and we win. But I want to get a little bit more damage here. I do want to note what I do here. Well, not here. That was just simply slowing down and dodging your shells. But once this Bismarck gets behind this big island, I'm going to turn left and charge north. Because I know this Yugumo is going to spot the Bismarck for me. I can actually stay dark behind this island, and we'll just kind of rotate around this island as a middle point, and I can stay dark for a very long time here while still shooting. Now you can't always do this, because obviously most games you're not going to be in a solo one, like in a 1v1 like this where you're getting spotting, but trying things like this is good in any ship, really. You want to be trying to find positions like this where you can be behind an island or something to obscure sight and shoot back at the enemy team. So that's the Colbert. This ship's, I just think that much HE DPM with that high a fire, like we got 25 fires. Like, I think that's just bad for the game, you know? I got 6 kills, pretty solid, 750 hits. I don't know. I don't like it. But it's in the game, so you have to play it every once in a while when they put these missions out. We did 62,000 damage to that Kerr first in that short amount of time, so it's kind of crazy. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you have a good day.